Hi guys, I'm Dave, and this is Beer Virtually. Today we have a beer, more of a summer beer. Terrapin Watermelon Gose. Gose is a style of beer that's brewed with, I believe, sea salt and coriander. Usually they're lighter, similar to like a Kolsch or a Pilsner. Our glass today, we're using a shout out to the guys at ABW, Austin Beer Works. We're using their beer can glass. It looks kind of like a beer can, but it's a glass. Initial smell, it smells kind of like beer. Nothing special. Today I have a refrigerated glass, and this is a beer I want to drink very cold. Alright, light color. I took some notes on this one too. I think the IBUs are very low. Light color, more like kind of like a honey color. First sip. Oh, that's interesting. It's a little tart. The watermelon finish. That's interesting. It's a little tart, a little salty, briny almost, with a watermelon finish. Let's see what I had here for notes on this beer. We had Terrapin. Terrapin does a bunch of cool beers. This is 4.3%. The IBU of 12. Price for this was $9.99 a 6-pack, so not too bad as far as as far as craft beers go. It's probably in the range. This is also Terrapin's first Gose with this watermelon Gose. So this summer I had a few watermelon beers. I had the Leinenkugel Watermelon Shandy, which was fantastic. Absolutely refreshing. And this is along those lines. I don't know if it's quite as good. Not quite as much watermelon flavor as the Leinenkugel Watermelon Shandy. But this is a Gose. It's a different thing. This would go good with like a light summer meal. Good cookout beer, good high heat beer, like when it's hot outside. Very refreshing. Cool can, green and red, kind of watermelon rind and flesh colors. Usually, a Gose will be served in what's called a strange glass, which is not too dissimilar to this, except it would be longer and skinnier. It's more like a skinny cylinder. Lighter beers are often served that way, but I like this glass, so that's what we're using. As they get into a little more, there's not too many surprises. Still get a slightly salty taste followed by a slightly sweet watermelon. Not too sweet though, just subtle watermelon, but it's definitely recognizable as watermelon. I like the color. It's very, very, very honey flavored, almost cloudy. I think these are brewed in a similar fashion to like a Hefeweizen, if I'm not mistaken. Very good. It's tart, but not too tart. It's not as tart as a sour. It's tart like maybe like when you first put a Sour Patch Kid in your mouth, but not quite that much. A little candy referencing. So a little sidetrack. ABW, Austin Beer Works. I know the guy that runs it, Mike. He's friends with two of my buddies, two of my really good buddies, Eric Flair and Ken Flair. Eric and Ken were part of the original investors in Austin Beer Works. So I've been out there a few times to the brewery, and it's a great location, great vibe. They brew a bunch of really good beers. It's good stuff. They've made quite a name for themselves too in the Austin area. I believe they've won a bunch of beer awards nationally, in the competitions and whatnot. So it's good stuff. This is good. This is just very drinkable. Nothing, not over the top. Nothing super surprising. Nothing outstanding. I'd give it a 3.5 out of a 5. It's more something that you could definitely drink a bunch of these. Like, this is definitely drinkable, and it's not one of those beers like Death by Coconut or something like that you really want to savor. I mean, this beer you could, there's really no reason not to drink it at a fairly fast, I guess, for lack of a. There's not a lot to savor like there is in a porter or something like that. This is drinking for hydration and refreshment. Like I said, probably the hotter it is outside, probably the better this beer tastes. Definitely like just cut the grass and it's hot outside kind of beer. That's what this is. Cool can though. I like it. Yeah, nothing too over the top. 4.3%. So you could have a few of them without getting hammered. It's good. Well, that's the end of that. So, till next time, guys. Cheers.